So you don't have a clamshell luggage, you have a traditional style luggage, or as I like to call them, bucket bags, and you find yourself constantly making a mess inside your bag. So in this video, I'm going to show you 3 methods on how to pack out those traditional style / bucket style bags and remain organized. So stay tuned. Now, long before they had clam style opening luggage, there was only traditional style luggage where you put everything into a big bin and closed it up. And for years, I struggled with the mess that would ensue inside that bag. And there were no packing cubes back then either. So you would take things out of the bag would become a mess, you'd have to repack the bag. It was a constant battle. Then along came packing cubes. And I have to say, for me, whether they were compression cubes or regular packing cubes, they were a game changer because they helped me organize. But I realized not everybody has those cubes, or not everybody believes in those cubes. So I'm going to show you a couple of methods of keeping yourself organized in your traditional style luggage. And I'm going to show you a folding method that will help you stay neat and clean in your bag, no matter how you pack, whether it's with packing cubes or without packing cubes. So first, I'm going to show you 2 methods on how I pack out the bag using compression cubes. Now first, let me show you the victim I'm working with. This is my Krosner bag. Now my husband's sister likes the bucket style bags better than I do, and I bought her one last year and she didn't like it as much. She was hoping for a polycarbonate bag, and this is the polycarbonate bag. The only reason I am showing this to you is so you know what I'm working with. But let me give this bag its due, because for a bag for under $100, this bag is really rich in features. Like, it has TSA locks here, super easy glidable wheels, expandability. So if you don't want to use it this small, you can make it bigger. This is the small carry-on size that would make compliance for a lot of airlines. It has nice little feet here at the bottom. It has a 2-position handle. It's not rickety at all. And on the inside of the bag, it has 2 straps to hold the lid up. You don't have to use these, by the way. You can unclip this if you don't want to. It has a wet compartment. It has a regular compartment. It has a compartment here at the top that's padded for a computer if you want to use it that way. It has a little pocket here to make a connection to a power bank so that you can charge other little bits and pieces that you might have. And of course, suppression. This bag is under $100 and it's a polycarbonate bag. I mean, it's really a good value. And with the help of this bag, I'm going to demonstrate how you can remain organized using these traditional style, bucket style bags. But first, let me show you the pack out, and it's going to be the same pack out no matter what I do here. So for this pack out, I'm going to be using the 5-4-3-2-1 method, which consists of 5 tops, 4 layering pieces, 3 bottoms, and my 2 is a bit of a mixed bag. It's my dress and a raincoat, because I happen to know that it's going to be raining when I'm traveling. And for my shoes today, I'm so excited to tell you that I'm partnering with Vivaia, because I'm a longtime customer of Vivaia. And there's good reason for that. It's because these are the ultimate in travel shoes. Why do I say that? It's because they're easy to pack, they're easy to wear, and they're just so versatile. And I even love the way the Vivaia shoes come to you. It's always so exciting to open up one of their boxes, and they take such care in their packaging. And it's the little details like that that go into their shoes. And this year, they have come out with the cutest line of shoes I have ever seen. And look at these shoes. Look at how adorable they are. They're perfect for a cat lover like me. And they have shoes for every kind of animal lover. And that's why this is called the Animal Collection. It's the Audrey shoe, but it's part of the Animal Collection. And it's a special line for this season. And these shoes are just so versatile. I can just as easily wear these shoes to go out shopping as I can to go out with my husband for a night out. Now, I love the attention to detail on these shoes because these graphics are not stamped on, they're actually embroidered on. And that really shows what a top quality shoe these are. And for people who have wide feet, these shoes have a wide toe box. And that's important to me because I'm one of those people. And the footbed is so well designed because it offers arch support here and a cushioned heel bed here. So even a flat-footed person like me can be comfortable in these shoes. Another thing I love about Vivaia shoes is that they're made out of 100% recycled products. So that makes me feel good about the environment. They're also antimicrobial and they're washable. So your shoes will always be fresh and clean. Now, Vivaia Shoes is offering my viewers a very special discount. If you make a purchase between November the 13th and December the 2nd, you will receive a bulk deal. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you buy one pair of shoes, you'll get 10% off. If you buy two pairs of shoes, you'll get 20% off. If you buy three pairs of shoes, you'll get 25% off. And if you buy four pairs of shoes, you'll get 30% off. I mean, how can you go wrong with that? Now, to find the details on this discount, go to the first pinned comment or in the description area down below. And if you happen to buy a pair of Vivaia shoes, why don't you show me a picture of yourself in those shoes on my Instagram account? I'd love to see them. And if you don't know about my Instagram account, you can also find that down in the description area below. And I think if you buy your first pair of Vivaia shoes, you'll become a loyal customer just like me. And my one are my new shoes. Also included in this pack, but not part of the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, are 7 pairs of underwear, 7 pairs of socks, and my pajama. And that's enough for anyone to go away with for at least 2 weeks with only doing sink laundry. Now, for the first two methods, I'm going to be using packing cubes and specifically compression cubes because this is a small piece of luggage. Now, when picking your packing cube, you have to make sure that you're picking the packing cube that works with your particular luggage. And that'll vary from piece of luggage to piece of luggage. But what you want to look for is a packing cube that maximizes the width of the bag and also the depth of the bag. If it doesn't do that, then that's not the right packing cube for you. So when you're shopping for your packing cubes, you have to keep that in mind. And all the packing cubes that I have here, even though they mix and match at this point, fit inside this luggage. Now, when using compression cubes, always fold to the size of your compression cube so the width of your garment this way should match the width of the compression cube and the height should match the height. And I find flat packing in compression cubes makes the best of the space. Now, it doesn't make for easy finding of your garments. You have to ruffle through them a bit, but that's the trade-off. So in this case, if I'm flat packing like this, I'm going headsy footsy. And by that, I mean the creases vary, go back and forward. So I put that one down here with the neckline up here. And with this one, I vary it back the other way. I didn't want to show you that with the black one because it's a little harder to see. This one is a little clearer. And you will see that the headsy footsy, I'm going to put it this way, goes nice and easy in this bag. So when I go to compress the bag, you'll see how easy it is to do. And I do this kind of karate chop to kind of get it to go around, and just that easy. And by the way, I like to also give it a little bit of a pat down like this so that it lays nice and flat. Now here are my 5 shirts rolled, and you can see that it's much easier to see what you have in the bag. But you'll see when I go to zip it up, it's not as easy. And by the way, something else I want to point out to you. Notice that I rolled to the width of the bag. That's an important thing. And if you think there's any difference in the weight, there isn't. I actually weighed this stuff. The sweaters weigh more because they're thicker. These are just thinner shirts. Let's see, 2, 3. See, some resistance. I mean, it'll still compress. I have no doubt. But it's lumpier. Even if I press down on it, it's lumpy. And this is why I generally tend to flat pack. So you have to figure out which one is your preference. So I took off the straps here to make it easier to see. Now I realize that for some of you who've never used packing cubes, you might not realize the benefits of using a packing cube. And the benefits is that they keep you organized, they keep your dirty clothing from your clean clothing, and it makes it easier when you're in your hotel room to unpack your bag and repack your bag. Now the first thing I want to address is your shoes. Now there are 2 ways to pack out your shoes. You can pack your shoes between the poles here, or you can pack your shoes using a bag like this. Now, if you pack your shoes between the poles, you're actually saving space. But most people do it like this, and your shoes are dirty, and now you're getting your suitcase dirty. I don't like that. So I have this little trick that I like to do. I unzipper the bag's liner like this, and I put the shoes in headsy footsy upside down because I find that they compress better, especially the Vivaia shoes, like this, And then I just zipper it up like this. And now you don't see the shoes at all. It still does the same thing as if they were not underneath there, but I don't have to use this, which I like. Let's get on to the first way of packing out this bag. Now, the first way I'm going to show you is that I'm going to pack it out vertically. Now, each of my packing cubes is broken down into categories. So my shirts are in here. My sweaters are in here. My pants and my dress are in here. And so far, I have everything neatly laid out. That leaves this quarter of the suitcase. And for that quarter of the suitcase, I love these tubular shaped bags. And then I just lay those over here like this. And you can see how neat and organized this is because I know exactly what I have in each of these cubes. They're easy for me to grab without the whole suitcase falling apart. And I don't have to worry about a mess repacking everything later on. And by the way, you'll notice I have a little extra room here because I packed my shoes under the poles, and that way I save myself some space. I won't do that in the next pack, just to show you. And there's my suitcase packed. All I have to do now is slip this bag into here, put the straps on like this, and I'm ready to zip this up. Done. Also, I want to show you that this sideway method works just as well this configuration. And you can turn these two on their side then this way, and you can see everything. So all you have to do is take out the pack that you need, take out the item you want, put it back in the bag, and you remain organized your whole trip. And you'll have a little extra room for some souvenirs over here. This time around, I have my shoes in a little packing cube. And I'm going to show you just the lay down method. I have no other way of describing this, but just it all lays down into the bag. So I still use the same packing cubes, and I have them organized the exact same way. So I'm putting my bottoms here. I'm putting my packing cube with my tops on top of that because bottoms on the bottom, tops on the top. I have my sweaters in here. And now I have 3 like-size packing cubes, which I can either pack the way I just showed you, sideways, 1, 2, 3, like this, or I can pack them laying down. So if I want to do that, I can. And I'll put my shoes down at the bottom because I like to have the compression of something on top of it. And I put the smaller of the 2 compression cubes there on top, and look, nice and neat. And I put my bag again up here. Now, I have plenty of room here still to put other things on top. And if that's what you want to do, you maybe want to get a jacket in here or you have other things to put in here, this is a better method for you. Now, the other method, while making everything nice and easy to see, you forfeit all the space because everything is coming up. This way of doing it, you still have a lot of extra room in here because you have all this space in here and this space here, and there's actually even, you don't realize it, room on top. And in that way, this method gives you a little extra space. It doesn't give you the visibility, it gives you the space. But the packing cubes do make it much easier for you to find your stuff and keep organized. So I hope I'm rocking your world so far with the various different ways that I'm packing out this traditional / bucket style bag. And if you have any of your own tips on packing out these bags, please drop it in the comment section down below because I know that we all like to share our ideas together in this community. And if you happen to like this video or you found it informative in any way, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button down below because that tells YouTube you'd like more of my content delivered to you. So as I told you earlier in this video, I'm going to show you a foolproof method of folding your clothing so that you don't need packing cubes and you can just pack it neatly into your luggage. This does require you putting things back and taking things out from where they came from. I can't help you with that. But if you're opposed to packing cubes, here's the method. So the process for folding sweaters is the exact same thing for folding shirts. So this is a lightweight sweater. And what you're going to want to do is fold one side in like this so that it meets the neckline up here and take the arm and put it down. You want to try to do this as flat as you can do it. And do the same thing on the other side and bring it over, basically so they match up. Now, you want to try to fold this to about the width that you want it to go in the row in the bag. So I know how wide my bag is, and I'm aiming to make 2 rows. So you'll see when I'm packed out what I mean by that. And then you put the other arm down like this. Now, as for the depth that you want this to be, you're going to fold this bottom piece up to how big of a brick you want it to be. And this is as deep as I want it to be. Then you take this side and you fold it right to the base of this one. And then you turn it around and you tuck it into this pocket that you made here like this. I'll show you here. I popped it in there. And now you have a brick that will not fall apart. Next up, a pair of pants and a pair of underwear. Now pants are only slightly different. You're going to take the crotch area here and fold it in because you want it to be the same width as this brick. And then you're going to do the same fold from the top down, as I said before, to the same width as this brick. And if you have one folded, you can always use it as a reference piece, as you just saw. And then you take the bottom of the pants and you fold it up to the first fold like this. And then you fold it one more time like that, because it has to fit in here. And then you fold it into the pocket that you made from that first fold, like this. Done. The principle is the same with underwear. Now you can either fold it into thirds, if that's the width you want, or as I like to do it into quarters, which is I fold it this way and I fold it one more time, because I like to keep my underwear kind of as small as possible. Then I take this top end and I just fold it into a third. And then just like with the other ones, I stick it into the first fold that I made, like this. And now I have the perfect little package of underwear. And after you make your neat little packages of clothing, you put them into the suitcase like this. And what I've done here is I've turned the suitcase into its own packing cube. And by making those little packages of clothing, I know that everything will stay neat and clean. Now, if you remember when I was folding the clothing, I said I fold to the size of the bag. And that's pretty much like you do with packing cubes. But in this case, I wanted to make 2 rows of clothing. So I took a measurement of the length of the bag and I made sure that I folded my clothing so that I could make 2 rows of clothing. And over here on the side is my pair of shoes. Now this is not vertical packing. This is vertical packing. And God bless you, because it's going to make a mess when you get into your hotel room. First of all, you have not maximized the use of your bag, and everything's going to fall apart the moment that you come to your hotel room, and you'll have a mess in there too. So if you're going to go it alone without packing cubes, what you have to do is organize your bag into neat little rows, pack your clothing out properly, and then you can do it. And if you happen to have a clamshell style bag and you want to see how I pack those out, check out this video over here, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.